Hello, retirement dream chasers. In this video, I'm going to walk you through how to use the retirementodds.com Monte Carlo Retirement Calculator. This calculator will help you understand your chances of having financial success in retirement. In other words, it computes the chances that you won't run out of money before you die. All you do is tell it your current financial situation and make some smart assumptions about what the future might hold, then press the calculate button, and it will tell you your retirement odds. Please note that this website has no login, no memory, and is totally anonymous. So if you close or refresh your browser window, you'll have to enter all your inputs all over again. On the plus side, this also means it respects your privacy and doesn't mine your data. Plus, it's totally free to use. So let's get started. Just go to the website retirementodds.com and click on Use the Calculator. The first thing you'll see is that it has both simple and advanced modes. We'll look at simple mode in this video and save advanced mode for another video. You'll start by entering four basic numbers: your age, your planned retirement age, your net worth, and your annual spending. If you're already retired, you can just enter your current age in the retirement age box. Retirement age basically means the age at which your saving years will stop and your retirement spending drawdowns will begin. Your net worth should be the total of all the savings you have available to spend in retirement. That's liquid assets only, and should not include any equity you have in your home or other real estate investments, since they can't be spent while you own the real estate. If you own real estate that you plan to sell in the future, you'll want to use the advanced mode, which we'll discuss later. Your annual spending should be your total budget for a year. Hopefully, you've kept good track of your expenses over the years, and you'll have a good estimate for this number. It's really important to estimate this as accurately as possible for best results. Finally, please note that this number should not include tax expenses. That's because the tool automatically estimates tax expenses for you. At this point, you can press the Calculate button to see your first result. But we don't advise doing this yet, because the calculator would be making several assumptions for things that you can clarify first to get a more accurate result. Instead, we're going to proceed down the page and enter more of the requested data before calculating. Each piece of information is hidden behind a collapsible arrow that you can click on to open it up. The first one is your spouse's age if you have a spouse. If not, just leave it blank. Next is the life expectancy for you and your spouse if you have one. This will determine how many years into the future the calculator runs in each projection. We've filled in a suitable guess based on your age and the Social Security Administration's life expectancy tables. You may want to change it now based on your health, family history, or how conservative you want to be in your planning. Next up is your estimate for inflation. This is the amount your spending will be increased each year in the calculation. We've filled in a suitable default based on historical inflation amounts. After that, we ask for two very important numbers: your return on investment average and standard deviation. There's a couple drop-down selectors that let you choose values based on the historical performance of the stock market over various periods. You can use these for simplicity. For example, I like to use 80-20 or 60-40 stocks bonds over the period since the year 2000, so it captures some really strong growth years, as well as some bad recessions in recent history. If you want an estimate based on your specific portfolio, there are websites you can go to where you can check how your portfolio did over the past. Take a look at portfoliovisualizer.com for this. In the next section, we ask if you will be saving more before you retire. We ask for this amount in four parts, based on the taxability aspects of each type of savings. Hopefully, if you're not retired yet, you're putting away some money at least in a 401k, if not also after-tax savings. Enter those annual amounts here. The next section is Social Security for you and your partner if you have one. You'll need to follow the link here to go to the ssa.gov website and fill out their quick calculator form to find out how much Social Security benefit you can expect. Make sure to use their Today's Dollars option and convert their monthly figure into an annual amount when you enter it here. Note if you choose to get the information from your annual Social Security statement, those figures are also expressed in Today's Dollars. After that, you're asked about your pension or other income. This is a place to enter any arbitrary amount of income you'll receive during your retirement years, regardless of its source. This income will offset the withdrawals you'll need to take to cover your retirement spending. Next up is tax information. Here we've taken the net worth value that you entered at the top, and we've put it all into the pre-tax 401k bucket as an assumption. You should break it up here as appropriate. If you have after-tax, also sometimes called taxable, savings, you'll need to go into your account and figure out how much of it is unrealized capital gains and how much is cost basis. The better you estimate this, the better the calculator can estimate the taxes you'll pay when you spend this money. You also have spots here for cash savings, EII, fixed rate savings, and for a Roth 401k or IRA. The total of all your savings should add up to the net worth value that you entered at the top. We realize this is a lot of detail to add here. If you don't want to, you can just leave it alone with everything in the pre-tax bucket, and the calculator will end up using the most pessimistic tax calculation possible. At the bottom of this section, choose the state where you expect to live and pay taxes in retirement, so we can estimate your state taxes too. The last question in simple mode is whether or not you want to leave something to your heirs. This will change the definition of success for the calculator. Instead of allowing you to die with $0, it will require that you have this amount left in your accounts when your plan ends. You should express this amount in today's dollars, and it will be grown with inflation up to the year your plan ends to determine the final amount left to your heirs. And finally, there's the question of real estate. If you own real estate investments, then simple mode is not for you, and we ask you to switch to advanced mode. So now you're done with the simple mode form. Click the button labeled Calculate My Retirement Odds, and let's see some results. A few seconds later, we have our result that shows up below the Input section. You can scroll back up to view or change your inputs, or scroll down to examine your results. Remember, this big number here represents the chances that your plan plays out the rest of your life without running out of money. It's a probability instead of a guarantee, entirely because of the standard deviation of your return on investment. That's what creates randomized returns each year. If that standard deviation had been 0, then your odds would have been either 0% or 100% and not very useful. Investment returns are unpredictable, and we need to account for that. Now let's look at what else is in these results. The first paragraph shows your initial withdrawal rate, which is what percentage of your net worth is withdrawn in the first year of your retirement. You may have heard of the 4% rule, which says that a withdrawal rate of 4% is safe for a 30-year retirement. But take that with a grain of salt. It's just a simple ballpark figure. We think it's better to look at the whole big picture because there are several reasons your withdrawal rate will change over your retirement years. Down below, we get a few handy-dandy charts. The first one shows your net worth over your future years. This chart is based on the average ROI, with the standard deviation set to 0. So it's just the average case. There's no randomization factored into this chart. The next chart shows your retirement spending. You can see how it grows with inflation each year. Click on Tax View to see the taxes you'll pay broken out separately. And click on Withdrawal Rate to see what your withdrawal rate is estimated to be in each year. The next chart is Tax Details, which shows either the taxes you pay or your taxable income each year. The taxes are broken out by the type of tax, i.e., federal, state, etc. And the final chart is an interactive one. It allows you to enter different values for ROI and standard deviation, and see a sample of how these numbers are used to randomize your investment returns in the calculator. Just enter some values and click Regenerate as many times as you want. Below the chart, you'll see the actual average ROI for one sample, and you can see how it's different every time. That's why we need 1,000 simulations to get an accurate retirement odds result. So that's it for simple mode. Feel free to stay here and play with your inputs as much as you want, and keep recalculating. But if you want to get even more granular and specific, we suggest you move to advanced mode. Check for a link in the description to our advanced mode how-to video and another for the special what if mode. Thanks for watching this video, and we hope you get some insights out of retirementodds.com.